Today, many companies are claiming that they want to be data-driven or that they use information as an asset. But in practice, a lot of people are just exercising some of the disciplines such as big data or NoSQL or master data management, but they lack a coherent approach and they really lack a way of bringing all the pieces together. Or they think that it's a matter of having just the right tool or buying some software from a vendor and all the problems will be solved. But in reality, data-driven organization is more about the mindset. It means that you have to have the proper roles, you have to have the proper technology, tooling and procedures to make everything work. So it takes much more than just having pockets of data quality or pockets of data being under control to be a truly data-driven or information-driven organization. So if I look at the two-day seminar, what we really want to do in the seminar is to give you the right handles and give you the right approach from a practical point of view to exercise this and to make your organization perform the change from in many cases, a process-driven organization to a data-driven organization. And that transition is something that requires careful planning, tooling, procedures, roles, etc., etc. So looking at the seminar, there's a number of things that I will be covering. The first part that I will be covering is talking about an information strategy. And if you look it up on Google, you will see that there is a lot of confusion what an information strategy really means, what it's the content of it. And to summarize it in 35 seconds, it's just saying, well, an information strategy is making sure that all the investments that you make in quality, roles, accuracy and trust, that they're done in such a way that your bottom line basically being doing your business in a more effective way. And some people could also say, yeah, but in a disruptive way or in a digital way, that makes sure that all the investments that you make, that they all come together to a point where they actually enforce and amplify what your business strategy is. And that's the essence of an information strategy, not doing MDM, not doing BI, not doing analytics, not hiring a data scientist, but making sure that all the investments are coming together and that they support each other. So not just MDM, not just analytics, but having a consistent approach to both of them. And that's the first thing we'll be covering, an approach of bringing those different pieces together in a way that it makes sense and in a way that you get the right budget and the right message towards your board or towards your C-level. Now, if you want to get that organized, then we also have to look at the different information methodologies, because if you look at it, information is being covered by many different disciplines. TOGAF talks about it, COBIT talks about it, DMBOK, of course, and as a Data Management Association director, this is one of the pieces, the DMBOK, that is close to my heart. But there's many other options. There is the MI2 methodology, the upcoming ISO 8000, so there's a lot of different things. And the question of changing an organization is often trying to find points that people already recognize. So an important element is to see how your data management exercise, data governance or information governance, how that fits into that broader picture of potential methodologies that are already used within your organization. Once you've got that figured out, then of course, if you say what is a turnover, what is a customer, what is a party, then you have to be able to define those things and to make sure that we don't suffer from, because a lot of people discuss that, yeah, we have an issue with IT and business alignment, but often the failure of executing an information strategy comes from the fact that there is actually no business-to-business alignment. So that means that we have to have a methodology to define concepts, to define the semantics that need to be executed. And then, of course, if you want to define them, then we have to have ways of getting your marketing people speak to your logistics people, to your sales people, to the technical support people, which is all about organizing roles and responsibilities and organizing the way that you execute your glossary. So writing the proper definition and then having the proper ownership is really something that needs to be addressed. Again, an area where there's a lot of confusion in the market, because if I say to you, what is a data steward? You can probably come up with 65 definitions, all from authoritative sources, but in a way that when you put them together, that it doesn't really make sense. So the area there is that needs to be covered is doing the definition right, and then making sure that you can execute on the definition by having the right roles and responsibilities. Now, I've got that thing defined. If you have the strategy, if you have all the ownership and the definitions ready, then you need to start looking at the data architecture side, which is really thinking about what about this new tooling from a NoSQL point of view. Should I really dive into a data lake, or how do I enable my data scientists? So the next thing that will be covered is the capability and the tooling landscape to really think about what are the MDM patterns, what are the reference data patterns, how do we translate this into something that then could become a tool or some IT capability that is in support of your IT strategy. So we'll have a look at the vendors, at the different market propositions that you will find out there, and try to translate that into something that is a data architecture or a pattern that you could use to achieve your accuracy and your trust. So we'll address the data lakes, we'll look at appliances, but we'll also see how data quality fits into ETL and fits into virtualizations. So then the next step is, if you've got all these pieces, you've got the definitions, you've got the ownership, you've got the technical capabilities, is to see how you could put all these pieces together. So there's a whole section that will be dealing with the metadata strategy, because we see a lot of people out there that are going for a best of breed approach, and then what they end up is a lot of different breeds, but not something that fits together, or not something that allows them to look at data and say, I understand what the meaning is, and I also understand the traceability, I know where the data is coming from, right? So that's clearly something where you have to look at the metadata strategy. Apart from the metadata strategy, is the other issue is saying that, yeah, but really, do we govern the data asset? Do we do the proper sustainability? Are we in violation? For example, one of the very upcoming domains now is the data privacy, where people are hanging on to their data that they shouldn't be hanging on. And the statement that was made by Obama, yes we can, a lot of the issues today with data management is not yes we can, because we can do so many things. The question is, should you, and is this something that your company is ready to do? Is this the way that you want to be dealing with your customers? So the data governance aspect, the data asset management aspect is the other dimension that, that will be covered. So you can do two things. You can let all the different initiatives pop up and let them be handled in an unstructured way, or what you can do is register for the seminar and really start taking the change into hands and transform your organization in a way that you will have better quality data, you have more trusted insight, and your data quality is sustainable. It's not just the fact that you have data, but that it's of a level of quality that is consistent with your business objectives, and that you know that you have the ability to build out the roadmap and to justify to your management why you need the budget and how you will be spending the budget. So defining the roadmap, defining the program, and understanding how you can get this organizational change towards a data-driven organization. So go to the website IRM UK, register, and hope to see you in London.